Jai Srila Bhaktiranjan Madhusudan Maharaj ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Jai Srila Guru Maharaj ki Jai. So, dear devotees, we've come to you with people knocking on the door outside here. Hare Krishna. All right, dear devotees who are being recorded. We've got devotees joining here, bringing their own chairs. They can bring whatever kind of chair they like. Let's see. Oh, it's a little bit more light. And today, we've got a good crowd in Suresh Krishnabhu's room. Us and devotees there, including Udaran Prabhu. Udaran Prabhu, you've made it. Yes, you're in Suresh Krishnabhu's room. Where will you hold Gaurapanima? In Resigne?
Dandavat Maharaj, Dandavat, дорогие преданные.
Dandavad Maharaj,
Есть
Dandavad,
перевод?
dear
Do you
devotees.
have translation? Yes, Maharaj.
Oh, translation, yes. Interpretation in English.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You,
Dandavad.
Гаурапурниму мы будем проводить в Риге.
We will hold Guru Purnima in Riga Tuesday. We're gathering on Tuesday, Riga. Harigopal has called many devotees, and also Simheshwara Prabhu, Yuvati Didi, they will come, and their daughter also will come. And someone will also come from Rezekne, Lavanga, and Tanya are coming on this great festival of Gaura Purnima. I'm not sure. I think Udaran Prabhu will most likely be there. And who else? I don't know. I do not yet know. We have no list of every planned participant.
Харигопал знает, у него можно спросить.
Harigopal maybe knows. We can ask him.
So Harigopal Prabhu can ask himself, maybe.
Well, I'm the translator.
All right. Anyway, let us begin. I was just wondering because I saw so many with you, and I thought perhaps you will be observing in Resigne, but I thought you will be in Riga. So yes, you will be in Riga, and we look forward to hearing news of your festival there. So let us begin ourselves now with the Vandanam, small Vandanam, and then we'll continue with our Harikatha for today. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitantang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savarutam Parijana Sahitan Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Param Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitangscha Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. All right, and Jai in Resigne, Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhan ki Jai. Let's see a bit more light over here. So I have a quick question here before we continue. So Lilavati is here with us. She said she's going to try to follow the English. Otherwise, she'll go next door and connect herself and be on the Russian. But she's practicing English. Lilavati, I think most of you know her, if not everybody. Yes. She's Russian, but she's from Haifa in Israel. And she just came here a few days ago, very happily. And her native language is Russian. So she's doing her best with English.
And I have consolidated tickets and I stay here.
You have what? Cancelled tickets?
Yes. Because ракета.
Oh, okay. So her return flight to Israel has been cancelled because of rockets. So just see. The rockets can also be favorable.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. All right. So last week we promised that Suresh Krishna will have more of an opportunity from Latvia to say a few words. I think we were very chatty last week from here. But one thing, today I have to leave after exactly at quarter to the hour, means your time 3:45. So I need to leave 15 minutes earlier today, but you can all continue because we have a particular duty that I must do. So I just let you know that. But Suresh Krishna, please, you give now news, etc. from Latvia. We've come to join you there.
Dandavat Maharaj, Dandavat Simpredan,
Dandavat Maharaj, Dandavat to all the devotees, Dandavat Paramananda Prabhu. Actually, Maharaj, we're very happy when you are chatting away because we're coming here to ask you. But either way, welcome to Latvia. We're very happy to see you all in Latvia on this Sunday. Welcome. And our news, we are having our attempts at Sankirtana across the whole Latvia. And first of all, Udharan Prabhu has come. That's a special guest. I'm very happy to see him here and to welcome him and spend some time with him. And also, yesterday we went to Daugavpils to our friends Lena and Sergey, who were at the retreat, and we shared our inspiration regarding the visiting the holy places, Navadvip, Puri, Remuna. And we honored Prasadam, had some kirtan. Everyone was happy, I hope. And also I know that we had something happening in Liepāja yesterday. Harigopal and Lavanya, they organized a program. And I would also like to hear from them how that program went. I saw the advertisement and I contacted Harigopal, and it's true they did go to Liepāja. In that place, Maharaj, at that club of wonderful people? No, club of interesting people.
Yep.
Interesting persons club. And our news are such, as you see us all here, we have gathered today, had kirtan, and now we're with you, and perhaps Lavanya can share. Lavanya Dandavad Didi. Lavanya Mui Didi.
Dandavad. Dandavad.
Dandavad, Dandavad.
Поделиться.
To share.
Да, мы вчера ездили в
Yes,
Liepāju.
we went to Liepāja yesterday.
Из тех, кто согласились
From
прийти,
those who have
было заявлено, что будет
accepted to
5,
come,
пришло только
we thought it
двое.
would be 5, but only 2 of them came.
Одна из них,
But one of
Юлия,
them,
была очень
Julia,
такая ищущая душа,
she was a
в
very
поисках,
sincere
находится
seeker,
сейчас в
very
каком-то
seeking
таком
person.
периоде
She's in
своей
her
жизни,
period of
когда
her life
ей не
when
мило то, что сейчас
it's
находится вокруг нее,
doesn't feel
как-то
too
ей
good.
тяжело с этим
Everything that's
ужиться,
around
но
her,
и
it's
куда
hard for her
вновь,
to live with
она тоже
everything
не
that's
совсем
happening
понимает,
mundanely
то
around
есть
her,
она не
and she
понимает,
does not know
куда
what
ей
to do with it. She
идти,
does
куда
not know
двигаться, какую
where to go,
сторону.
where to move, which direction.
И был
And
один
and
Камил,
also there was this Kamil,
подросток, мальчик,
I
который
don't
был
know,
и в прошлый
boy,
раз, то есть в прошлом
teenager who
году.
came
Он
last
тоже
year.
очень
He was
подмечал
also
очень интересные
he
вещи.
was mentioning very
Гопал даже
interesting
как
things,
спросил
and
его, вы
Gopal even
случайно
asked him at some
не
point,
последователь
"Are you
Вайшнавизма?"
perhaps a like
То есть
devotee?"
очень как-то
So
очень как-то философия у него такая
the philosophy that he has
схожая
is very
на
similar
нашу чем-то, если так
to
можно
our,
сказать.
if we can even say that.
А с Камилой, да, мы остались
And
на
with
связи. И
that
также во
lady, we're
время,
still in
когда
touch.
давали
And also at the
публикацию, была
time
одна
when we
женщина,
were
которая
giving
откликнулась и
making the advertisement,
позвонила.
one
Мы с ней,
lady,
наверное,
she
минут
called
40
us, and I
проговорили.
think
Это
after
одна
that we talked
женщина
for
из
40 minutes on the
Искона,
phone. And this is
и она поделилась,
a
что
lady
в
from
Лиепае
ISKCON, and she
когда-то
shared
тоже
that in
был
Liepāja they
большой
also
бум,
had
и
some
в
club,
Добеле,
and with
это
it was
Добе,
in
то есть
also in
недалеко
Dobele,
от
it was close
Лиепаи,
to Liepāja.
у них было тоже и в
They
Салдусе
also
тоже
had, and also in
кавказско-синомное, то есть у
Saldus,
них
they
было
also had a house.
довольно-таки такое
They had quite the
общество, они
quite the
собирались,
community.
они,
They would gather,
ну, то есть, ну, как искон, то есть делали какие-то
like
программы,
ISKCON.
и
They had
сейчас у
their
них это все
programs, and now
распалось,
it has
и
all
ничего не
crumbled, and
происходит,
nothing
и
is happening
мы
there.
довольно-таки долго с ней
And we
проговорили,
had quite the long
но в
conversation,
конечном
just.
итоге она не
But in the
поехала,
end,
она
she
сказала,
did
что
not come to our
мой
program, and
разговор
she said that
как бы
our
в
conversation
ней пробудил какие-то старые раны,
awakened some
и
old
я не знаю, чем это дальше
wounds, and
закончится,
I
но
do
мы
not know
договорились, что мы
what
как бы
will be
будем
the
на связи,
result
что,
of all of this, but we
может
said
быть,
we
в
will stay in
следующий
touch,
раз она
and perhaps
захочет
next time
присоединиться к
she
нам. Я
would like
также
to
ее
come and
пригласила
join
на
us.
Гаура
I also
Пурниму,
invited her to our
и
Guru Purnima program,
потом чуть позже расскажу
and
ей
also
про
a bit
ретрит,
later I will
может
tell
быть,
her
она
about
туда
the
захочет
retreat. Maybe
поехать.
she would like to come
Но во
there.
всяком случае,
But regardless of
я
that,
очень благодарна
very
Харикапалу, что
grateful
он
to
согласился
Harigopal that
поехать,
he
и что
has
он
accepted my
смог
invitation to come,
поделиться
and he was able to
своим
share
сердцем, своим
his
настроением,
heart and his mood
рассказать больше, потому что я
to
могу только
speak more,
предложить
because
идею,
I
а
can only give an idea,
спикер из меня никакой.
but the speaker, I am not the
На
speaker.
этом все. Спасибо
And
всем.
perhaps that is all. Thank you all.
Now I'm wondering, what are those old wounds that your conversation opened up? Oh dear. Hare Krishna. Anyway, that we don't know if that was good or bad, do we? But old wounds are old wounds, and we don't know what people hear from the past, but it's very difficult to explain to people that really we are non-denominational when we
What
are
does that mean, Maharaj?
non-denomination means we are not political. We are not, you only have to be in our club. We are here to give encouragement and guidance as best as we know from Gurudev and Guru Maharaj to everybody, for everybody. Doesn't matter where they've come from, a good place, bad place, ugly place. And we've got devotees who've come from all kinds of backgrounds and severely misguided by gurus. I mean, absolutely not within our line, but spiritual searchers who've come and been totally exploited by supposed gurus who've got their inspiration from India. So from far away to nearer, to those who've come to the line and somehow connected to have appreciation for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for Bhagavad Gita, for the Vedas, when they've come closer to the line, then certainly we are here for everyone who's a sincere seeker. So, we don't know what that lady's wounds may have been, but in spiritual sense, it can be from some past experience which wasn't very good, and then you're, of course, very cautious, or you have to have good reason to step again into that kind of circumstance of surrender. But we have good reason to be in that circumstance of surrender, and Guru Maharaj and Gurudev, I'm sure, can convince anyone, if they are sincere in their search, to understand that there is a clear path home, and we do have clear guides. So yes, let us do our best to help others, and we may not be able to see the result of our talking to others right now, and it may be after we are dead and gone. I mean, really, it can be quite after that people will remember something and then come into the path of Krishna consciousness. After all, we do have a devotee who was who was not a devotee, but who was in a very serious position, suddenly found himself in a very serious condition, in jail, locked up, all kinds of things. And there in the jail, he remembered one of his school friends. And just by that remembrance that that school friend, he became a devotee. And somewhere in his mind was this understanding, well, he knew he had some purpose in life. And he contacted him and became a devotee without any idea from the devotee's side that, oh, I made somebody into a devotee, etc. But just by their example of joining into the temple and having faith to what they'd come to, then that gave light to somebody else at the right time, at the time when they very much needed it. So we are to do our duty, we try our best, and the result is in Krishna's hand, the very basis of our teaching. Do our duty, not be lazy, but try our best. And Sankirtan means to tell others about Krishna, different aspects to Sankirtan, but we will try to tell others. So well done, and don't worry that not many came. You don't know how many people will still be getting some encouragement. And still, that is a very good name of a society. What? Please remind me the name. The Club of Special.
Interesting people of interesting интересных людей. Да.
Yeah, tell me the name. Tell me the name in either Russian or Latvian, because I saw the name, and even before I knew that's where we were going to talk, I already thought, oh, that's an interesting place. What is that? And I asked to Suresh Krishna, who was driving, what is the name in Russian or in Latvian that's written there?
В оригинале Interesanto cilvēku klubs. In Latvian. Yes, Interesanto cilvēku klubs. Написать?
Okay, that's the name.
Yeah, okay, got it. Yeah, so I mean, somehow it was an attractive place, even sitting in the car at the traffic lights at the crossroads, because it drew my attention. And then we find out that we're talking there, and we're even more happy. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Спасибо, на самом деле, и Александру большое спасибо, что
Very
он до сих
grateful
пор
to
нас
Alexander
поддерживает
also
и
that he's still
разрешает
supporting
пользоваться
us
этими
and he's
помещениями
allowing us to
абсолютно
use
бесплатно,
that
то есть
place absolutely for
он не
free.
просит никакую с
He's
нас
not
плату,
asking
он
any
очень
price
рад
from us. He's
помочь,
very happy to
посодействовать
help
и
us to
да,
also
большое ему
to
спасибо
be engaged in
за
that.
такую
So
поддержку.
very
Это
big thanks
очень
to
ему
him
дает. Он
for
также
that
размещает
support.
рекламу
And also he's
в их страничке в
on
Фейсбуке.
their page there. He's also
Это нам большая
sending out the
поддержка.
advertisement for our meetings. So very big support from him.
And our London devotees are experimenting with publicity to draw a crowd, to get people to come and participate. So when we find some good tips to draw interesting people to come to a club of interesting people, for instance, when we find something that works, that reaches people who are ready, who really want to hear something, then we can share those tips with each other. And in London, I don't know what they did, but they did something, and they got over 80 persons online registered for their Bhagavad Gita course. And that has simultaneous translation. Maybe Hari Gopal Prabhu is a translator. Are you the translator to Russian? Nod of the head, because he's a translator and can't speak. Okay, so they're being translated, I know, into Russian, into Italian, and what other language?
Portuguese.
Oh, Portuguese. Okay. So Portuguese, Russian, and Italian. But they did advertising somehow, and they got so many people to sign up and like to commit to 18 weeks. I think 1 week for each chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So they may be able to share some tips how to have more numbers of interesting people come to your gathering in the club of interesting people. Yes. And who else are we going to hear?
Thank you.
From Latvia.
Udaran Prabhu, я думаю.
I think Udaran Prabhu, he can share something. His news, perhaps. His impressions. No? Yes, I mean, put on the spot. I did not expect to be talking. Actually, I'm just happy to come here to Suresh, and it's been exactly 1 month since I saw a Vaishnava in person. Once again, I'm seeing the Vaishnava live, and actually, I'm very happy. And this parikrama that we had, that was a bit of a restart for me, I think, because something changed inside for me, and I feel a new taste to be with the devotees as much as possible, to be with the devotees, to do something in Krishna consciousness. And as you remember, I took some Jagannath Prasadam to give to my workplace colleagues. And I was very hesitant and I was very afraid because these people are used to, beautiful boxes, everything must be good, beautiful, but here I have some leaves and they have some strings, I don't how can I share this mercy was my thinking. But I think a few hours went by and that whole box ended up being empty, and one of my colleagues, and he started eating and he could not stop, and he's like, why is it so tasty? I do not understand, I cannot stop. And he took one of those big Jagannath Prasadam and he did a second and a third, 3 in a row he had, and he thought perhaps maybe he's doing a little too much and he had to stop. But it's amazing that the reaction of my colleagues was very positive. That is prasadam, Suresh Prabhu is saying.
Okay, well done, Udaran Prabhu, for being brave and for having that desire to distribute mercy and doing it. Well done. Hari Bol, Govinda Govinda, and Venu Gita Devirasi, she's with us. She's listening to us. I don't know if she'd like to make a contribution. She might be busy doing her art. She's a very good artist. And what about Juvati and Simha Prabhu? What would you like to share?
Maharaj. У нас
Dandavad Maharaj.
особенного не происходит, но единственное, что
Nothing
мы
special
собираемся
from here,
поехать на
but the only thing is we are planning to come to this festival of Gaura Purnima, which is being organized by our friends in Riga. We're hoping to meet everyone soon. Very, very happy by this occasion that we are being able to come. And also Gunali, she's showing very actively how they're preparing to, I think, Gaura Purnima in Lahta. Yeah, perhaps we can also hear from her.
And our Udaran Prabhu is in, I don't know who's the controller of the Zoom. You could maybe highlight the Gunali did his video because she's showing the decoration going up in the Lahta temple, St. Petersburg. Lahta, St. Petersburg. So they're busy, and actually in all the temples around the world, Today being Sunday, it's a day, as you know, when people are generally not at work. So it's a day to get most of the decorations up. And then, of course, tomorrow is the Adivas day, the day before the actual festival of Gaurupanima and Mahaprabhu's appearance. And in India, in Navadip, means in Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, you know that throughout all of these days, there are literally 1,000 plus people staying at Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, and more than that, doing the parikrams, the daily Navadip Dham parikrama program. And on the Gaura Purnima day, there will be many who come for the evening program, and from the villages, even more who come for the Jagannath Anandotsav, the ecstatically joyful festival of Jagannath Mishra, the father in Leela of Nimai Sundar, of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And why many more the day after Gaurapanima? Because Gaurapanima is a fasting day, as you know, until sunset, and then still no grains, by the way. But the next day is a feasting day, so all the villagers know there's a feast, and Gurudev is happy to feed as many as possible. I mean, really, never the slightest hesitation or complaint, or so many people are coming, so difficult for us to feed them, very costly. That kind of thing, never, ever. Every festival, rather the glory of the festival was the number of people who would come, and he would want everyone to be satisfied. So right now, these are the parikrama days. Today is quite a long parikrama in Navadip. Tomorrow will be a long parikrama in Navadip, going down to Ritudip, then Janudip, then Modadrumadip, and then heading back after coming to Vrindavan Das Thakur's birthplace. That's the last stop, Vidyanagar, and then Vrindavan Das Thakur's appearance place, and then coming back to the temple in the afternoon, tomorrow afternoon. They have lunch at Mamgachi, which is the village of Vrindavan Das Thakur's appearance, and then should be walking back from there to the temple with Nam Sankirtan. So these days, today and tomorrow, still the parikrama is going on, but especially tomorrow, we'll find that so many decorations, so many devotees, they'll try to come back a little earlier. And as they're doing in St. Petersburg that we see here, they'll be engaged in decoration and preparation. And then Gaurapunima Day, by the way, is actually a quieter day for us anyway in the temple, in the sense of the arrangements have been made, devotees have completed their parikramas, their long walks, and Gaurapunima Day is a fasting day, but a day for reading Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, going continuously within the Nat Mandir of the temple. And then in the afternoon, more and more people naturally are coming together. And then the singing of Chaitanya Charitamrita, the section leading up to Gauranga Sundar Vishvamba's appearance at sunset, and which is moonrise. And for many years, I never put the two together, that always when it's a full moon, it rises just as the sun is setting. I used to think this was a coincidence, every one of these like magic coincidences, every Gaurapunima. But then somebody enlightened me about astronomy. And then we understand that when it's a full moon, then the sun is setting as the full moon is rising. So the actual Gaurapunima day for us in Navadip was a quieter day. It was a head shaving day, a classic day to shave the head. and to clean everybody, washing all their clothes and everything from the parikramas, as well as, of course, the gentle Hari Katha taking place throughout the day, and then the evening really is the climax of the coming to Chaitanya Saraswat Mat for the Gaurapanima festivals, the climax being Gauranga Sundar's appearance. So a lot of devotional electricity in the air during these days, and I'm sure that's taking place now. We know that these parikramas are going on by many temples now in Navadip Dham. This is having its effect all over the world, and we are all remembering and sort of joining them by heart. Hare Krishna, and there's no reason not to in this modern age. We all have Chaitanya Charitamrita, and we all have access to Chaitanya Charitamrita. We all have access to the Navadip Dham Mahatmya. We all have access to Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songs. And today we chanted the Kirtan for Godrumadeep, the Lord in Godrumadeep. It begins Jadipada. Paramanabhu can say the first line. I don't have it open on the computer.
Yadite Haripada Saroja Shudha.
Yes. This is definitely worth taking the time not only to sing, it's a little longer, I think 20 verses, but to also go through the translation. And today the devotees, the traditional parikrama from the time of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj, the devotees would be going to Godrumadeep today. So here in Vila Govinda this morning, we sang that kirtan as well as others, but we sang that very, very happily and trying to watch the translation as we sing. So this is also something everyone can do, and every day to do something a little extra.
I will send to group. I don't find in Russian.
I didn't find in Russian.
Yes.
So there's lots of seva waiting for our Russian translators section.
I will find to group. Oh, send to group.
Okay, so Lilavati is going to send to the group. Try. And I just heard her return flight ticket has been cancelled because of rockets. Well, you see, we can bless, so we can take some rockets as a blessing if they help us be with the devotees. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. But that's not being hard-hearted to the unfortunate situation. Hare Krishna.
Could we ask a question, please?
Yes, you may.
Да.
У нас есть вопрос.
We have a question.
Слышно? Okay.
Can you hear us now?
Вы
Yes.
читали
I can hear you. Well, I can hear Hari Gopal Prabhu very loudly. Yes.
Хорошо. И мы сегодня с утра читали Читание Чаритамрита.
This morning we were reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 8, the conversation of Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Raya. And this is verse 89. And there's a quote from Srimad Bhagavatam 10:82-44, where Krishna said to the Gopi,
Нужно служить мне с любовью. Читание Чаритамрита, Madhya Lila 8.
yes, I'm opening the...
Am I meant to be opening it too?
No, I'm opening so I can read it. This translation is very hard.
8 беседа читания Махапрабху и Рамананда Рая, 89 стих.
Okay, Madhya Lila, chapter 8, verse 89. Okay, I have it here. So Lord Krishna told the gopis, the means of attaining my favor is loving service unto me. And fortunately, you are all thus engaged. Those living beings who render service unto me are eligible to be transferred to the spiritual world and attain eternal life with knowledge and bliss. And we have a question. You must serve me with love. We're making attempts at service, but we do not feel love in that attempt of service. What does it mean to serve with love? Yeah, that was the question? Yes. Because we are making attempts, we're not even serving. But here you must serve with love to come to the spiritual world. Could you perhaps give us an understanding how to serve with love? What kind of mood is that to serve with love when we do not feel that love, that we're serving with love?
I don't believe you, Suresh Krishna Prabhu. I think this is a theoretical question for you on behalf of others. Because we see the kind of loving feeling, the loving nature of the devotees. It may be now little love, not full-blown love, but we got to say there is affectionate dealings between the devotees and affectionate dealings with our service to the Lord. But the devotees are near and dear to us. And so it's true, Krishna is a long way away in that sense, but he's also very near. He's in our heart and he sees everything. And we are in the process of sadhana. We're in the process of removing these hard covers that are covering our soft heart, our soft, loving heart. So gradually, we are following the process and we are on the path of love. We are on the path of loving service. And you cannot expect the seeds that have been planted in our heart to be producing fruits, before the tree has matured, survived all the other weeds and other maybe little trees that are trying to compete with it as it's being nourished and it's growing. It's survived so many things, and then the tree becomes something mature, then it will give some fruits. So right now, we are cultivating that tree whose fruit is pure love. His fruit is love of the Lord. And we've got some hope. We are cultivating, if you're cultivating a mango tree, you don't get mangoes immediately. But it's a mango tree and something sweet's going to come one day. And if we look after that tree nicely, we have some hope that, yes, I'm going to all this trouble. Why? Because some beautiful mangoes are promised to come from this tree. So we are not trying to jump. We're not trying to get fruits which haven't really come. They're just fruits of our mind. We must wait for the fruits themselves to manifest. And in the meantime, we are in the midst of loving devotees. And we have our loving divine masters. And always I encourage devotees, try to understand Gurudev's nature and Guru Maharaj's nature. They were very loving and caring and considerate. They cared. And so we are all within their family and they care for us. We must reciprocate. It is natural to reciprocate. And we care for the devotees. And we care for our divine master, the grace that is coming from above. But yes, this is Madhya Lila chapter 8. And this is Krishna talking to the gopis. He's not quite talking to Suresh Krishna and Madhusudan, Mahananda. He's talking to the gopis. So they're not quite in our circumstance. So we are getting a glimpse into a wonderful conversation. We're getting into glimpses. We are allowed to see Krishna talking to the gopis. We're seeing it through our ears by the grace of Vedavyas, Shukadev Goswami, plus.
Can I make a question? Because you will be leaving soon.
I'm going to leave very soon. Yes. Yes, you may. Please do so.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so my question is, I do feel love when I serve. That is not the problem for me. And I do feel joy serving. But the question is the following. I started noticing there is one Ukrainian friend and her child that I'm helping here in Lithuania where I live, but I start feeling like being abused by her. I start feeling that when I kind-heartedly just want to help her because, the war, the difficult situation, and she is here alone, that she is not moving forward, that I am feeding her victim, that she continues staying victim, and then she just continues expecting me to save her. For example, right, we're going to some events. I suggest her, okay, let's go somewhere, for example, to Kirtan, right? And then she comes with me. She's not honest about like, okay, look, I don't have money, so can you pay for me? But at the moment of payment, she's like, oh, can you pay for me? Oh, can you borrow me? Or for example, that she comes to my home and I feel taken advantage, like, for example, when we make an agreement and she doesn't show up to pick up her son, I have to pick up her son together with mine. And there is no gratefulness for that. So the question is, okay, so am I feeding her ego, and not allowing her to grow by helping? Should I continue?
Они ездят.
Okay, that was, I think, somebody by accident had the microphone on there. So, Loretta, the answer is really one of, you have to use your judgment because you know best the case. The real benefit we can do for others is to encourage them in the line of Krishna consciousness, remembering the Lord, chanting his names. And if we feel or we see that someone's ungrateful, they're not really picking up they're not doing what we're expecting that they would show, the gratefulness, etc. Please excuse me. And it's my time to go. Okay. However, we must have goodwill for everyone, but our energy is limited, and we will try to use our energy as much as possible to satisfy the Lord, to satisfy the existing devotees, and to satisfy the Lord and the existing devotees by sharing with new people. But as you say, if somebody's, I do have to go. But use your discrimination. And what I'll do just now, I'll pass the microphone over to Paramananda Prabhu, who's been too quiet during this Latvian Zoom. And he's a very good people person to help to understand how to deal with different circumstances. And so I'm sure he'll give you good advice. And I look forward to hearing that advice in a short while. But just now, please excuse me, all of you. I do have a duty, and it is a time duty. And we are trying to do many things in a short time. And Gaurapanim is coming, devotees are going, and so we've got some duty. So for service, we're continuing. But my obeisances to you all. I'll leave the microphone with Paramananda Prabhu, and you'll all manage yourself, Suresh Krishmurti, for the key jais, etc. at the end. Bancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Jai Srila Bhaktiranjan Madhusudan Maharaj ki Jai.
So Paramanandru kindly, Hare Krishna, with my best wishes to everyone, have a wonderful festival. Remember Krishna, remember Mahaprabhu, 26 hours a day this week, up from 25. Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol.
Dandavad. I think Maharaj already answered it very nicely. And many
Yes,
things can
thank
be
you.
said in general, but one suggestion we hear from our Guru Varga: try to help yourself first, then you can help others. So when you're firm, standing firm on your feet, unshakable, then you have that capacity to extend help to other people. And the rest is circumstantial. So we will deal with that as it comes to us. And we will take advice of friends or more experienced people, but don't be disturbed so much by that. So keep focused on your service. And as much as you can, try to help others, but not at the cost of your faith, your enthusiasm, and not to be discouraged by the behavior of others. So we're not to judge others, but we're to judge ourselves. That is our religion. We're remembering Srila Govinda Maharaj. That's how you would express. My religion is in finding faults in myself, not in others. And I think that if that happens, then naturally things will be harmonized. I think that will be a short version of the answer. Also about the feeling love and affection. Again, we hear from our Guru Varga, from Srila Sridhar Maharaj, from Srila Govinda Maharaj, that on our stage, and that's how they say, I mean, I'm not implying that you and me, they just say in the same way. On our stage, we're unable to understand the meaning of love and the meaning of affection in the sense of its pure divine form. It comes only when our faith is very strong. Nishta cannot be shaken by anything, cannot be disturbed by anyone. Passing that stage, we will develop some attraction for Krishna consciousness. Attraction means taste for Krishna consciousness. The taste means every moment you feel necessity to be connected with Krishna through the service or with Krishna devotees. That kind of taste. Till we develop that, we will never understand the true meaning of love and affection. This is what we heard from our Guru Varga. So some glimpses are there, some reflections of that. But in the whole, we're yet to come to that platform. Again, we're not to be discouraged. It's the process. And it's very promising. And the process itself is very beautiful. I always remember that expression, why worry when the process is so sweet? So we can happily go on with the process because it is very attractive by itself. And the result will come. It's not dependent on us. It depends on His sweet will. So one day it will come to us. It will manifest in our heart. And then suddenly we will, oh, that's what it means. Love divine, affection, attraction for Krishna. So it is not something that can be forced to descend. It descends by its own sweet will.
Thank you. I think you also partially answered my next question because, yes, I mean, the question was, okay, so how to love your parents, let's say, when they are hurting you and when they are like disturbing you to grow spiritually. Like, for example, they start saying, oh, you are cursed, or it's a sect. If I know my heart is, I'm changing religion. Okay, it was, let's say Christianity. Now I have moved to Vaishnavism, and then they want to stop it. It's scary. They don't know what it is, and so on. So, but I guess you have already answered it. So then it's clear. I'm going my way. I mean, I'm an adult, and I'm going where God is calling me.
Anyone would like to express anything on that subject?
Prabhu, also, I think Madhurya Lila Didi is expressing something in the chat. Perhaps you can check that.
No, there's lots of expressions in the chat. And lots of good advices,
I have to open the chat.
good suggestions, beautiful bhajans. Yes, very good. Yes, I would recommend to read all the comments. Madhurya are very productive. The devotees are always very eager to share something to comfort each other. So this is what we hear in the Shastra, and now we're experiencing in life. It's not something mechanical, it's very natural. It comes as a free flow of affection, and we can also say love between the devotees. Maybe not love divine, but again, the glimpses of that. It's all coming, it's all manifesting from the higher plane, descending here, taking some form. So Srila Rupa Goswami expresses that there are 6 kinds, and it's not just 6 kinds, it's just general expression. There's so many gradations of each of this kind. How devotees, they exchange gifts, how they reveal their hearts to each other, how they feed each other, all of that. They have different implications. So devotees are very merciful and eager to help.
Thank you.
Also, we have Suvada Didi. She has a lot of experience dealing with different kinds of people. New people, old people, all kinds of people. So she can share something about that.
About the devotees, I will speak Russian because I have not to speak English good. Вот эта ситуация, когда мы встаем
This circumstance when we start the path which is given by our masters, that highest conception of divinity which by some chance attracted our heart, and some old friends and relatives, they might really not like this. And from one point of view, if we have some attachment to them, of course, we can try to explain something. But in the beginning, we cannot really explain so much. We're just beginners. We can only tell them, oh, I like this. I like this. And if you feel some warm feeling for me, then please allow me to follow the path which I like. And on the other hand, there are people which do not really care what we like, what we don't. They feel that we should do it their way and no other way. And in my life, I've heard one thing from one devotee. He was sharing how he came to Krishna consciousness. And he said that in the beginning of the spiritual life, and as a result, and as always, we need to sacrifice something. And as he said,
чем мне пришлось пожертвовать,
what
это моими
what
друзьями.
I had to
И это очень сильно,
sacrifice, that is my
поскольку те
friends.
привязанности,
And
которые
that is
мы
very
имеем к
powerful
нашим
because
друзьям,
those attachments
это вся
that we
наша
have towards
прошлая
our
жизнь,
friends, that is
весь
our
наш прошлый
whole
опыт,
past
все
life,
наши
all our past
былые
experiences, all our
надежды,
previous
увлечения, вся
hopes,
наша
our
жизнь ставится на кон.
attractions,
И
all of
если
our
мы
life is.
способны вот так вот нырнуть с
And
головой,
if we're able to dive
пойти в
with
общество
our
других
head
людей,
and
новых людей,
to come into a new
и
community, new association, new people.
меня все еще слышно?
Can you still hear me?
То, возможно, нам придется сделать вот
Then
какие-то
perhaps we
такие
would have
резкие
to
движения.
make some
Но наши учителя, конечно, советуют
big
не делать
movements. But
резких
our
движений, поскольку
masters,
это может
do not
травмировать и
they do not
наше
suggest for us to
служение,
do
и
big
нас самих.
steps. Perhaps
Поэтому
this
это ваш путь, и вам нужно
because this
самой принять
can
решение.
disrupt our
С
environment. But this
кем-то,
is
может
your
быть,
path,
пока
this
отойти
is
на
your
дистанцию в
decision.
отношениях.
Maybe with some
С кем-то
people you need to put
поддерживать
some
отношения,
distance in
кто
your
лоялен
relationships.
и
Perhaps with other
с
people you need
теплом и
to
добротой
support your
относится к
relationship who is
вашим новым
loyal
каким-то
and who has
устремлениям.
warm feelings for
Поэтому
your
это ваш
new
выбор и
ideas and
ваше
new
свободное
journey.
право решать, с
Therefore,
кем
it
вам
is
общаться и с кем
your
не
decision
общаться.
and your free choice
Вот это
who
все,
you
что я
will
могу
talk
сказать
with
на
and
эту
who you will
тему.
not
Спасибо
talk with.
большое.
That is all I can say on this topic. Thank you so much for listening. Dandavad.
Ладно. Харе Кришна. Прананда Прабhu, у вас есть что-то добавить?
Ramananda Prabhu, could you please perhaps add something?
No, that was perfect. Whatever Subhadadidi said, that was just a cherry on top of cake. But Suresh, you're the MC. Don't look at us. We're looking at you.
И я хочу добавить тоже,
I would like to
сказать,
add
что
also to
в
say that
начало вернуться, в начало
if we go back to the beginning of our
так как
meeting
мы
today,
вчера с Удараном Прабhu заехали к нашим
yesterday
друзьям
we went to our friends Lena and Sergey with Udaran,
последователи
and they're the
Рерика,
followers of
Рерика. Парамана Прабhu вы знаете,
Rerich.
да? Тут
Perhaps Paramananda Prabhu, you know who this Rerich. Do you know?
Рерих, да. Вот. И
And
понятно, что мы
of
приехали
course,
туда в гости,
I mean, we came to their house.
место, да, мы
This is
второй
their
раз
place.
приезжаем.
It's our second time that we go there. And of course, they wanted to share their conception with us. But they shared, and we said that, guys, we do not want to argue with you. We came to share our inspiration. And we said goodbye, and we went with Udaran Prabhu, and he said that we do not need to go there again. And I understood that we should not go there as well. But I still was left on my own with my own kind of thoughts. I have faith in Prasadam and Kirtan. Perhaps this is my own thinking. I thought Prasadam, it creates miracles. The holy name and Kirtan, it creates miracles. Because I was attracted by Kirtan and Prasadam, and that is a miracle. But regardless, what can I want to say that we are still, we're going somewhere to tell someone about Krishna, those who are ready to hear. Anyone who is ready to hear. We do not know what will be the result. And Paramananda Prabhu is saying that we cannot attract anyone, that Krishna is attracting everyone. I doubt I'm able to attract anyone, but Krishna, he is able to attract everyone. He can attract whoever he wants to attract. But we're still making attempts, and also like Harigopal and Lavanya, they went to Liepaya. It doesn't matter how many people came, but the people came, those who wanted to hear, and we're just sharing. And the result, it is not in our hands. is in Krishna's hands. And even more than that, when I share, I'm usually listening to myself and even kind of re-listening to what I heard from our masters. And I myself am starting to remember and understand the things I'm saying. And this is some mercy to kind of deliver what I heard in the way that I heard it, in the form that I received it. Perhaps Paramananda Prabhu, can you comment on that?
Well, I did not say exactly that you're not attractive, Suresh Krishna Prabhu. I said that Krishna is all attractive. So if we are letting him pull the strings, letting him in our heart to that degree, how much you allow him to enter your heart and be in the center of life, that much you will be attractive to others. And devotees are usually have Krishna in their heart to some degree. Someone 5, 10%, 15, 20, 50, who knows? But yet everyone's got something. So they're very attractive to people. And people genuinely searching for some meaning of their life. Really, that bothers a lot of people. What is the meaning of my life? It's quite meaningless otherwise. So if they see someone who feels to them that they got something substantial, they're ready to follow through with their ideals, and they're happy and satisfied, and genuinely so. They're not making it up. They're not faking it. So naturally, people will feel attracted. But like we were saying earlier, we're not to get attached to the results. The results are up to him. After all, the ashrams, the temples, the devotees' dwellings, the flats or houses, they act like embassies or consulates. Like Brahmanda Brahmite kon Bhagavan Jeev. So Srila Guru Maharaj pointed that out on many occasions. To come in touch with the representative of the higher world, you must have Sukriti. You must have collected some of the Sukriti. Otherwise, it's quite impossible. I mean, there's always an aspect of causeless mercy, but we're not relying on that. It's so rare. So those jivas who are moving from one universe to another universe for countless lifetimes, some of them becoming Bhagyavan means fortunate. They accumulate Bhagya, Sukriti or Sukritivan. And those fortunate, spiritually fortunate people, they're being taken care of the Lord. The Lord is guiding them. And where is he guiding them? To his embassies, to his consulates, means the devotees. And that's when we have to try our best to make ourselves to be available, to be used by him. As much as we can, and with as much sincerity as we can manage. And then people will be attracted. But we will always think, I am nothing without the grace of my Guru Varga, the saintly persons, without the grace of the Lord and his servants. I am nothing. And if something good is coming out from me saying or doing something and people are attracting, it is by their grace and they're using me. And I'm feeling myself fortunate, but it is not my credit. Srila Saraswati Thakur expressed that in his advice to everyone. He said, we're not relying on our own strength. We're begging for that strength. We're hoping for it to descend. So again, we can be utilized in that service by Krishna. So that is the mood when you go out and you reach out to people. And you share what is inspiring you, sincerely so. And you may listen to them too. I mean, that's a polite thing if you're coming to the guests. I mean, somebody is inviting you and they want to share something, and give them some break. Let them say something. That is also helping to connect. People have to be able to connect with you. They don't want to feel any opposition. No, they want to feel that heart connection. So let them open their heart, and then you can open your heart to them, and the connection will be established. And the rest is not in your hands. Give them prasad, have some kirtan together, say something. That's it. Srila Govinda Maharaj give very simple recipe. How it's the recipe of successful connection to people. I don't like to use word preaching. He said, become their friend. 1. Second, give them prasadam. That's it. 2. Become their friend and give them prasadam. And then you will see what will happen. Then they will come to you and they will beg for more. They will ask for more questions. And they will feel, he is my friend. Friend means he's caring about me. He will never suggest anything bad to me. I have that trust in him. I have some affection for him. I want to hear him out because he's got something. I can see he's got something. So that's a recipe. We should always remember that. And that's coming directly from Srila Govinda Maharaj. Actually, he was just telling it to me one-on-one. But I'm quite sure it's for everybody. It's not just for me. That's all I can say.
Это прекрасно, Параманда Прабhu. Это ваша вишенка.
Paramananda Prabhu, that was wonderful. That was your cherry on top of the cherry. That was the conclusion of all our gathering today. Perhaps even no. Oh, we have some. Oh, we have no time. I was asking for more questions. Perhaps let us finish for today on this.
Jai Om Vishnupat Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupat Srila Bhakti Rakshak Siddhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupat Srila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gantarva Govinda Sundar Ji ki Jai. Giriraj Govardhan ki Jai. Giriraj Govardhan ki Jai. Jai Shri Nitai Gauranga Ji ki Jai. Jai Shri Guru Parampara ki Jai. Guru Varga ki Jai. Namacharya Shvaryastakur ki Jai. Ananta Kuch Vaishnava Vrindi ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani ki Jai. Shri Nadi Kham ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Puri Dham ki Jai, Baladeva Subhadra Jagat Kajur ki Jai, Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Vrindi ki Jai, Jai Srila Bhaktiranjan Madhusudan Maharaj ki Jai, Jai Sannyasa Vrindi ki Jai, Jai Shripat Paramananda Prabhu ki Jai, Jai Bhakta Vrindi ki Jai, Jai Shri Hari Nam Sankirtan ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Pramananda Hari Hari Guru. Panchakalpatarubhishcha Kripa Sindhudevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. Dhanyavad, Dhanyavad, Hare Krishna. Хари Гопал, спасибо за перевод. Спасибо всем за участие. До следующей недели. Увидимся через неделю.